So we all know GTA 6 is going to have an insane level of detail, but there are details in this game that barely anyone is covering. Things that are going to completely change how GTA feels to play for you. So in this video I'm going through the details that most people are sleeping on. And trust me, some of these are going to hit different when you actually think about what they mean for immersion of the gameplay. So let's get into it. Let's start with the weapons. So weapons adjusting near walls, we already saw that in RDR2. That was just so the barrel, Walden clip through textures. But in GTA 6, Rockstar is taking it from pure physics to actual tactics. In the trailers and the leaks, we can see characters moving with the gun already up, in what's called a ready position. Hands up, weapon out, and already prepared. The character doesn't wait for you to press aim. They have this animation that makes them look ready for action, but at the same time, they are intelligently reacting to the space around them, the people nearby, and whether they are actually in a combat situation or not. In GTA 5, this was completely missing. Your character either had the weapon hanging at their side, or it was locked to their shoulder only when you aimed. That was it. And then there's trigger discipline. Whether the finger is actually on the trigger or not, that's going to depend on the character's background. A trained professional like Jason or Raul will hold it differently than some aggressive character or NPC who has no idea what they are doing. Now let's talk about movement. Rockstar actually filed a patent for a new navigation system, specifically for how characters move through dense crowds more smoothly. In RDR2, the world mostly moved around you. NPCs would step aside, Arthur would sometimes angle his shoulder slightly, but if you were running, you just knocked everyone over. In GTA 6, it sounds like both sides, you and the NPCs, will actually notice each other earlier and react with natural gestures before you even collide. So walking through that packed beach we saw in the trailer won't feel like you are a bowling ball. It will feel more organic, like a real life, and I believe this system will carry over to traffic and vehicles as well. But that's a whole separate topic. But here's where it gets really interesting, because the biggest detail nobody is talking about isn't weapons, it's your car. In GTA 5, a car was a car. You got in, you drove, you got out, and that's it. In GTA 6, your car is basically your safe house on wheels. And I think this is the detail most people haven't fully processed yet. Think about RDR2 and your horse. Your weapons were on it, your outfits were on it, and you built a relationship with it over time. Rockstar is doing the exact same thing in GTA 6, but with your car. We've already seen in leaks that you will be able to store weapons, bags, fuel canisters, and other items inside your car. And in pickup trucks with a truck bed, you can even load bigger stuff. Also in the leaks, we literally saw characters handling crates and loading them into vehicles. And yes, even attaching trailers to your car. You will be able to transport your motorcycle, your boat, or whatever you need. Now for the interior itself. In the leaked clips, you could see the adjustment of the steering wheel, sliding the seat forward, and so on. But I don't think we will be doing that manually ourselves, because honestly, what will that add to gameplay? But what I do think is that these are reactive animations of every car. If it's daytime and sun is bright, Jason automatically pulls down the sun visor. If it's raining, the wipers turn on automatically. The same thing happens when you get to a muddy area. We can actually see that in one of the screenshots. And when Lucia gets into a car that Jason was driving before, she automatically does an animation adjusting her seat. There's going to be a lot of these immersive animations in the game. And in first person, newer cars will apparently have working GPS screens on the dashboard. At least that's what we've seen in the leaks. And then there's this detail that's honestly on the level of real racing simulator. The aerial on certain cars moves authentically with the car's physics. That's really insane detail for an open world game. Now let's talk about the insane damage system from GTA 4. GTA 5 unfortunately cut it down a lot, but I think Rockstar is going back to that level of realism in GTA 6. If this is supposed to be their most ambitious game ever, it just makes sense that every panel reacts to every impact differently. And we even saw hints of that in the leaks, like advanced star deformation under the actual weight of the car. So if they combine that with the visuals we saw in the trailers, every single car crash is going to look absolutely insane. And what about when your car gets badly damaged mid-mission? In RDR2 you could save your horse and revive it if you were fast enough. In GTA 6, where you are using it as a safe house and keeping all kinds of items, clothes and your weapon loadout inside it, it just makes sense that there's an equivalent. So maybe hold triangle and you get a quick animation of patching the fuel tank, fixing a blown tire, or doing a fast engine fix animation. Just enough to get it to your mechanic. Okay, so we covered how your character moves and what your car means. Now let's talk about the world itself, because the wildlife in this game is on a completely different level. In GTA 5, animals were basically just scenery. A mountain lion will spawn and immediately try to kill you. That's it, no behavior, no ecosystem. Reddit 2 changed it completely. Animals had their own routines, predators hunted prey, they reacted to you before you even saw them. And if you stood completely still in front of a bear and didn't act like a prey, it would often just leave you alone. GTA 6 is taking that system and putting it in Florida. And Florida is wild. We already saw an alligator in someone's dance pool, and another one walking into a store in the trailer. And that's not a scripted moment. That's the AI doing what it does. These things will be just normally happening around you. An alligator in the grass or swamps isn't just sitting there waiting for you to walk past. It's hunting, and it's going after NPCs that get too close to the water. It's doing what alligators actually do. And it goes further. In Florida right now, there's a real ecological problem with Burmese pythons fighting alligators over territory. That's a real thing. And based on everything Rockstar built in RDR2, I fully expect to see that kind of thing playing out in grass servers, completely independently of you. Two predators going at it while you are just driving past. RDR2 also had random encounters where you will find someone bitten by a snake and you had to help them. GTA 6 is going to have the Florida version of that. Someone who's carved into a swamp and needs a tow. Or a drunk guy poking at an alligator. The world is going to happen around you, not just react to you. And another huge gameplay mechanic is the body carrying system. In GTA 5, a dead body was just an object on the ground. In GTA 6, you can actually carry bodies, hide them in the trunk, or dump them in grassers with the alligators to get rid of evidence. Just like in RDR2, when you threw a body to the pigs at night and the evidence disappeared. Yeah, I know it sounds wild, but it was actually possible in RDR2. Or drag a body away during a stealth mission before an enemy NPC finds it. And on the other side, you will probably be able to carry injured NPCs to safety in random encounters. Just like Red Dead had that injured stranger, you had to get to a doctor, and we also saw this in the GTA 6 leaks. Now, hunting. This is a topic where I'm honestly not completely sure how Rockstar is going to handle it. In Red Dead, we had those extremely detailed skinning animations right there on the spot. But in GTA 6, doing that in the middle of a street near a city would feel pretty weird. My guess is Rockstar uses that body carrying system for this instead. You throw the deer or the alligator onto the track bed and drive it to a buyer. Poaching and illegal exotic animal trafficking is unfortunately a very real and big problem in Florida. So Rockstar is definitely going there. And maybe we will also see something like the natureless troll from Reddit Online, sedating animals and taking samples instead of killing them. Either way, it's going to be interesting to see where Rockstar keeps the skinning mechanic or replaces it with something else. So the world around you is alive, but what about the details on your actual character? Because this last part is honestly kind of wild. So let's start with the body. In the trailer, you can actually see muscles and veins moving under the skin when characters move. From the hand of the woman ringing the bell, all the way to Lucia's jiggle physics. It's not a stiff model anymore. Running or driving fast on a bumpy road, the body moves the way it actually should. We saw something similar in The Last of Us Part 2, but Rockstar is doing this in a full open world. And then the Florida sun. We've already seen from screenshots that skin can actually burn and tan based on sun exposure. We actually saw something similar in RDR2, where Arthur's face went red in the cold. In GTA 6 it works the same way, but in the heat. Spend enough time outside in Vice City and your character's skin is going to show it. And just like in RDR2, where Arthur's hair and beard kept growing over time and you had to maintain it, we can pretty much expect the same in GTA 6. And there's also sweat. And we know it's reactive, because in the trailer we literally see a fly circling around Jason's leg during a workout, reacting to his sweat. In GTA 5, a fly was just an animated pixel doing the same loop forever. RDR2 moved it forward a bit. If you destroyed a beehive, the bees would actually react and attack you. But in GTA 6 we expect insects to be a full part of the dynamic environment. In the grassy swamps, if you are standing still in the heat, expect your character to be slapping mosquitoes away and scratching. It's a small animation, but it's another proof that the world isn't static. It constantly interacts with your character. The sand on the beach works the same way. It moves when kicked, it leaves deep tire tracks with the actual tire pattern of the car. And if you are wet or sweaty, sand sticks to your skin and your clothes until you wash it off. Same goes for mud and blood. And finally, sound. Rockstar hasn't talked much about their audio tech, but when you listen to trailer 2, you can hear that it's absolutely top tier. And in the 2022 leak, we actually found something called audio occlusion in the game's code. That's a system that calculates in real time how much a wall, a material, or a closed door changes or blocks sound. Rockstar is using their upgraded Rage engine for this. In RDR2, you would walk toward a saloon and hear muffled piano through the walls. Then the moment you stepped inside, the sound completely changed and filled the whole room. GTA 6 is taking that even further. Imagine driving past a nightclub. You don't just hear a quiet song, you hear the deep bass pounding through the concrete walls. But roll down your window or open the door and the sound immediately opens up and hits you properly. It's a small thing, but that sound design is exactly what will make Vice my city feel like a living city. And you will feel this everywhere, from the sounds of animals and wildlife in the grass river swamps to the echo of your motorcycle bouncing off the rocks on Mount Kalaga. So let's quickly run through what we just covered. People with weapons have a ready stance and actual trigger discipline. Movement in crowds will feel realistic. Your car is your base. You store things there, it reacts to weather, it deforms realistically, and you might have some mechanics to actually fix it. The wildlife in Florida is going to be Reddit on steroids. Animals hunting, apex predators fighting each other, and random encounters that are actually random. And your character muscles moving under skin, sunburns, sweat, scent sticking to you, insects reacting to you, and sound that actually behaves like real sound. These aren't marketing features. These are just details Rockstar built because that's what Rockstar does. And honestly, I think we barely scratched the surface of what's actually in this game. Which one of these details hit you the most? And are there any details you want to see in GTA 6 that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. I'm covering everything about GTA 6 until launch. And I will see you in the next one, boys.